All right, guys, I did a little video the other day. Showed you guys these 6 hats that I bought, and they're for resale on eBay. And I said on the video, they're not, well, none of the hats I've got really are high dollar hats. Most of them, most of these hats, I'll list them. I'll start them out on eBay at 14.98, 14.95, somewhere in that neighborhood. And then I might take offers, might take best offer or whatever. That's why I try to keep like everybody else that sells on eBay. I try to keep my costs down, try to get these hats as cheap as possible. So that being said, I'll start these hats out at like 14.95, 14.98, and see where it goes. And I'll take offers. I can go down pretty low. At the end of the day, if I can make $5 per hat, uh, preferably more than that, but if I can make $5 a hat profit, you know, keep them moving. Keep them moving is the main thing. Make profit and keep them moving. If you make $5 profit on every item you sell, it doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're moving a lot of merchandise and you make $5 on everything you sell, that's, you know, that adds up after time. So go back and look at the previous video on these 6 hats, and you can see what rough shape they were in. So I spent a couple days just kind of cleaning them in my spare time, reshaping them, and so forth. So I'll show you what they look like real quick. You got the National Wild Turkey Federation hat, and it really come out nicely. Got a nice shape to it. Got most of the creases out of it. The inside, the sweatband looking pretty good. Now I did not put any starch on this hat. I just steamed it, cleaned it, and steamed it, and because it's kind of a floppy hat anyway. Now the front panel there is a little bit stiff anyway. My main goal on this was just to get some of the creases out of it. Still got a little bit of a crease right there. That's like the pancake fold, but overall, for a $15 hat, it looks good. I could probably put it back on the my little homemade hat mold I'll show you here in a minute, and get the steamer out and get a little bit more of that out. But overall, I think that's about all I'm going to do on that hat because it's not super expensive anyway. The fox hat, if you remember, it was really pancaked. Like it had been on the bottom of the pile. It was in rough condition, and you see it come out pretty nice. Not perfect. I mean, I can work on them a little bit more and get them better. You still got that little bit of a pancake crease right there. And like I said, I just wanted to hit these real quick because they're low dollar hats, guys. If I got something more expensive, I might spend a little bit more time on it. But overall, it looks 10 times better than what it did. I did go ahead and starch this one, steamed it, and put some heavy starch on it as well. And a little bit more time on it, you can get those creases out and have it perfect. But like I said, guys, it's not a super expensive hat. It is a good looking hat, though. The Red Wings hat, it came out really nice. I'll talk about how I do the dome on these, shape the dome on these. If you see, that's kind of got like a rounded dome on it. That's kind of the way you want that hat to look. And that one there, that's kind of how those hats, this is a fitted hat, by the way. I think I said it was a size small or something, so not an ideal size of hat to resell. But like I said, guys, $10, $15 hat if you're lucky on that. I did go ahead and hit that with some starch, even though it is sort of really a floppy hat anyway. The vintage 1997 Bugs and Taz hat. I really like this. There's several of them on eBay. They're not super expensive, so again, it's going to be a $10, $15 hat if you're lucky. Probably less than that, honestly. Like I said, guys, it is vintage. It says "Made in USA" on the strap there, 1997. But this was really pancaked bad, and it's sort of a floppy hat anyway. Now I starched it and got it nice and crisp. Get that tag. I got to do something with that tag, but I kind of got it a little bit flat. But the thing about it is, guys, put it on your head. It's gonna pop up and conform to your head anyway. I could have put. I'll show you what I use real quick. I just use you can buy the hat molds on eBay. I just got this plastic bowl and I got it stuck on this can here where it's raised up a little bit higher. But that's perfect size to slip your hats over there so that you can steam them and mold them and everything. And on like this hat here, I just basically just stuck it right on there and done it like that. Now, if I'd have wanted to give a little shape to that dome, like I did on this one and that one there, then what I would basically do is I just take some plastic, just some little plastic Walmart sacks or grocery store sacks, 2 or 3 of them, and stuff them up inside that hat, and then put it on this little mold here, and that kind of gives you your rounded dome shape. I could have done it on that, but that being an old vintage hat, I just thought that looked cool the way it's kind of flat on there. Like I said, somebody buys it, they can reshape it and fix it however they want it. But the A&E hat, I just steamed it, cleaned it, and steamed it. It's one of them real floppy hats anyway. I did not starch it at all. And the trucker hat, if you remember how pitiful this joker looked, you can see it's got a nice crisp look to it now. A lot of people don't wear these hats. A lot of people will just stick them up on a shelf and display them. So, and then again, like I said, a lot of people wear them too, but it's kind of got the flat top on it. But like I said, you see that it's easily, when you get it on your head, it'll form to your head and everything. So I like the old trucker hats, and that was a little tougher one because the foam's gone out of it. So I got most of the foam out, just sucked it out of there. But again, guys, that's not a super expensive hat, so I didn't put a whole lot of time and effort into it. But so that's how they turned out, reshaping them. Like I said, guys, I got my little homemade plastic bowl. You can use a pot like you cook in, or you can go the correct route and buy you a hat mold if you want to spend the money. This works perfect for me. I've been using this for a long time. The plastic bags, or you can use a towel or a hand towel or anything that you can put inside that hat to help shape it however you want it. It just depends on how you want it shaped. Everybody's different. Everybody likes them differently. I just get this faultless heavy starch at Walmart. Gives your hats a little crispness and makes them stand up a little bit. So, and my steamer is this Chilaba handheld steamer. You can get any kind of steamer will work. You don't have to have that kind. Just any kind of handheld steamer works. I've had that for a while and like it pretty good. And then as far as cleaning hats, you can soap and water and wash them with a brush. I got this little brush here. I think that's actually some kind of dental brush, honestly, because it's got that little pick on it. But I've used it for years on hats and stuff. And a lot of these hats, if you'll just brush it off with this brush, you can get about 90%, 95% of the spots and stuff off just by brushing the hats off. Now I bought a white hat today, and I'm gonna have to actually get it in soap and water and scrub it and everything. But some of them you have to. Most of these didn't require a lot of scrubbing, just a quick wash and reshape. And I thought they turned out pretty good for what they are. They're nothing, like I said, they're nothing spectacular here. Just some cheap hats that I like to reshape them if I can, if I've got time. When I take pictures for eBay, I think presentation is a big thing. You want them to look nice in the pictures, and this kind of helps them. From what they were, as you saw in the first video, to what they look like now, they definitely look much more presentable in the state that they're in now. So, well, there you have it, guys. A little hat reshaping video. There's several of them on YouTube. You can look at other YouTubers. They talk about it too. And everybody's got their own little tweaks and methods they use. But this is the way I do it. It's cheap, as far as steaming a hat and cleaning it and everything. It doesn't take that long. The longest part of it's your drying time. You hang it up to let it dry or let it sit and dry or whatever. That's the longest part of reshaping and cleaning the hat. So, all right, guys, there you have it. Hat cleaning 101.